It's Week 9 of the National Football League. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. And
we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Jalen Carter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but two teams like this, and I remember in preseason you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Stroud working out of the gun. Finds Gibbs on the check down. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. You talk about this Miami defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the #1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Stroud looking to throw. He'll go right back to St. Brown. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. In motion, the tight end. Stroud. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Stroud. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. In motion right here, Washington. After the turnover, it's Tua. Rolling to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. On play action, here's Tua. On the move to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And they can't bring him down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Now Stroud. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. And Stroud now to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Dragons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. When you look at this defense, this unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator. Because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stroud setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Stroud out of the gun here. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Back to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here goes Stroud again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. 15 carries, 79 yards.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Short pass caught by Henry.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
The Dragons offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. Down the right sideline. And all the way in from a touchdown. Justin Jefferson his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
He certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Tua going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's got it complete to Gibbs. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Gibbs straight ahead, able to slither by. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Stroud working out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he comes back with one complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jamar Chase, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dragons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials are going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Stroud looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. And he'll get it inside the 35.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Gets around him, and he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 27. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Tua. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Complete to Kellen. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Stroud. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
2nd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And this complete to Henry over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Tua, the final shot before half. He'll dump this off to Achane. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So we passed the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Dragons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Another run for Gibbs here.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Dragons.
Stroud to Jefferson on the slant.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Complete to Justin Jefferson. A gain of 13 yards. And a Tokyo first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And Stroud now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Stroud out of the gun here.
He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Again, it's Stroud.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dragons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Up the middle, Achane.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Aiden Hutchinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A little juke. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is taken in at the 5.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
At the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Stroud.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dragons continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So, you know, the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
He's able to find Melton.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll give this to Achane. To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you.
Achane hit and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turn. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
The numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a couple. Stroud to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Now Stroud. That in.
And he lost the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down. Stroud looking to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw again on second down. Stroud got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Here goes Stroud again.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. A ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Tua going to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for Dolphins. First down. 1st and 10.
Here's Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. From midfield, here's Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Looking to pass. Tua.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number 1, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think he said focal point. But that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. that means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
Dances by him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
110 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Hand off now to Gibbs. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Stroud working out of the gun. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Dragons.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
29 yards.
And the Dragons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. A give right side for Gibbs. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick slant complete to Melton.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you